this video I show you my latest, newest art journal, which is in progress, and it's an old smash book. These were in fashion in 2012, 2013 or something, and I found this when I was cleaning the studio. And I started this so that I've added more writing than usually, and I will also show how I add it. So I will create this art journal spread in the video and show my techniques, how I use the writing, and then also how I use collage for this page. I like writing my thoughts about art and imagination, and I publish them on Peony and Parakeet's Facebook page or on my weekly blog at www.peonyandparakeet.com. I have a pile of these texts, and I want to start using them on my art journal pages. I designed the text in Photoshop. You can use any program, of course, and then I print it on a marker paper. I have an ordinary Canon inkjet printer, so no laser printer is needed if you follow these instructions. Marker paper is wonderfully thin, but it also has a protective layer in the back that prevents the inks from bleeding. There are many brands of marker paper, and they all have a similar structure. For this project, I have used Transo-type bleed-proof marker paper. It's bought from a local art supply store. Marker papers are usually located near Copic markers in the stores. Before printing, you can test which side of the paper is the porous one by coloring a small area with a marker. The color is much more intense on the right side. Next, let's color the background with alcohol inks. I have small bottles of various colors from Ranger, a couple of Copic markers and blending solution. I also have fillable pens. These are also manufactured by Ranger, and they are filled with ink. I use all of these to color the paper. The alcohol-based products won't harm the text that has been printed with an inkjet printer, as far as you have made sure that the text has dried properly and are careful not to rub the letters too much with the tip of the marker. I use a lot of blending solution to get a soft look. Separate drops of the solution make nice circles, and you can play with those too. Let the paper dry properly before proceeding. The colors become a bit lighter when they dry. My plan is to cut the paper into two parts. I will use the large text on the other side of the spread. Because I want the text to blend with the rest of the page and be covered partly with paint, I tear the pieces apart instead of cutting them. I will paint mostly with acrylics, but I also want to add a hand-drawn element to the background. So I cover a small part of one corner with a masking tape before I begin painting. I don't want to spread paint on the previous spread accidentally, so I protect it with old envelopes. I attach the texts on the background with the gel medium. I love how flat and flexible gel medium is when it's dried, but of course you can use any glue. When painting, my first goal is to make the background of the page continue the background of the text blocks seamlessly. So I use similar colors, especially when I'm near the text. My second goal is to paint abstract art. Make color softly slide to another color and separate some areas with bold contrasts. My third goal is to include decorative elements, circles, drops, swirls and stripes. The fourth thing to do is to paint wildly with big strokes. I think every piece of art becomes more fascinating when the painter has let go of control. I like to work systematically from one area to another, but also make many rounds and add more variety when working with the area next time. At some point, I always end up having an ugly detail, like this centerpiece here. Then I know that I am moving towards expressing the message of the page. So far, I've painted just random elements, but now the pressure is rising. How could the visual elements illustrate the text? The world needs the kind of magic where those who are seen as weak appear strong, and where the future is gentler than the present. Let's create that magic. When I wrote these sentences, I thought about the equality between people. When we look at things from one perspective, some may seem weak, but there's also strength in those weaknesses. Artists are often seen as too sensitive, but the sensitivity is what makes art. Also here, when I'm painting, I need to increase my sensitivity to the details instead of trying to control the big picture. The sensitivity will find the solution for illustrating the message. Next, I will remove the masking tape and add hand-drawn elements on the page. My idea is not only to fill the empty strip, but also to pick some images from my boxes of joy. I have several of these boxes, all filled with hand-drawn and hand-painted collage pieces, flowers, animals, paper dolls, delicacies, and all kinds of pretty stuff. I've made these for my classes called Animal Inkdom, Magical Inkdom, and Deco Dashery. These are so much fun to make. You can buy these classes on my website at www.pioneerparakit.com. Once I have picked and glued the pieces, I need to blend them so that they look like they are part of the page. I add more green to the cat so that she is also affected by the same magical light that's painted on the page. After some final touches, this spread is finished. Now, I don't know about you, but after finishing a spread, I like to browse the journal to see how it matches with the other pages. Let's look at this journal a bit more closely. The floral painting of the first page is actually a print. I printed a part of my bigger painting on a sticky canvas and framed it with hand drawings. Here's the actual painting. This one is an oil painting on a wooden paint board. In the next spread, I got the idea of using marker paper. First, I just colored a paper with inks and then cut the pieces out of it for the heart. On the third spread, I also used a bigger artwork as a detail. I made this squash piece when building the class Decodashery, and it's printed on a sticky canvas for the spread. I like to think that every art journal creates a world of its own, and I'm excited to continue this one. I hope you enjoyed this video. Check my website www.peonyandparakeet.com for more inspiration. There's a free mini course, lots of online classes, we have a lively community, and I also blog weekly. So check out www.peonyandparakeet.com and let's keep creating.